everybody, welcome back to Stereoscope Rewind, the podcast where we talk TV, movies, and just found out that watching television is now tax deductible. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Amy.
I mean, I'm going to at least try and deduct it from my taxes. I don't know how that works. But, hey, it's a business now, I think, right? Right? Is that how this works?
That's funny.
Amy, how are we doing today?
I'm good. I just cleaned and I'm doing laundry. It's very exciting. But
wow.
you had a much more exciting morning than I did.
What? I may or may not have just walked out of the movie Formula One or F1 starring Brad Pitt. We're not talking about that today. We probably will in the future, but my quick 5-second review. Go now. Run as fast as you can to an IMAX theater, IMAX or nothing. Just go right now. I would literally go watch the movie now if I could, but they don't allow me to bring the IMAX prints home with me. So go right now. So that's what I did this morning, and I'm very excited. Will I see it again this weekend? Probably.
Jeff may go immediately after this.
Yeah, I just might. I just might. Right after I watch episode 3 of The Bear. But today, we're talking about episode 2, season 4, episode 2, entitled Subies.
That's fish, right?
Subies? I think so. Oh, now we have to do something.
I'm avoiding those descriptions and the names like the plague. I'm just like, this is the new picture. I'm clicking on that one.
Oh, Subies sauce is a French onion sauce.
Oh, it shows how much I know about
Subies
culinary
sauce,
arts.
sauce thickened with bechamel sauce, pounded cooked rice, and cream. It is generally served with meats, game, poultry, and vegetables. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Delightful.
Today's episode is sponsored by Wikipedia.
And Subies.
A delicious sauce I would like to have right now.
Yum.
Right now. But yeah, today is episode 2 of Subies. Amy, how are we doing? How'd you like this episode?
Well, we are continuing with the gut punch theme.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Maybe I just haven't watched The Bear since the last season came out, so I forgot how gut punchy this stuff is.
100%, totally.
So continuing with that, I thought what was really good in this episode was, we've talked about it before, the power of silence in a scene where you're just the actors are looking at each other and there's just, you give that space for silence. I thought that was really well done in this episode. And then just in general, I love the mood, the colors, the lighting, the music, the vibe. It's like gritty. And we both love this series, but I love gut punchy and I love a good gut punch. What do you think?
I agree. I felt like after last week, it wasn't as gut punchy, and we definitely got back into some setup, which is great. I love seeing some setup. Last episode was taking us from the season 3 into season 4 and then set us up. So I appreciate that the writers were like, okay, we're going to give them an overall goal in episode 1, the whole season goal, the clock, or they're out of business with Uncle and computer. And now we're diving into like each individual character and like we're setting up all these decisions and things that need to happen. People are growing. Carmi, is like listening, and that scene where he was like, where's my notes? Where the scene where like they were in there and he goes, what? Here it is. He goes, what are you thinking about? And Carm says mistakes. So Carmi's really thinking back and then, so I agree. I liked it. I liked it in the sense that it definitely moved us along. We didn't waste our time, but we're setting us up for a lot of fun decisions, things.
Agreed.
Yeah, and hands down, I've decided that Ibrahim is definitely the hero of the season with his little window, his sandwich window. And I don't know if he'll get a whole episode. I don't know if they're going to do one. They're kind of answering all the questions a lot. So, but we thought it was going to be the wine sommelier, and they kind of did that with him at the sommelier.
Yeah, they did a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the restaurant Alpana. Looked it up. Very fancy.
Oh.
4.5 stars on Google. Very much the Bear restaurant food. All the pictures look just like the Bear. So I guess that restaurant in Chicago is very, very fancy. So I'm ready to go right now.
Let's go.
Like I said, like I agree with you. Beautiful scene with Carmi and Richie. I
Yeah.
wanted a little more talking there, but I also thought the silence spoke very loudly because I don't think Carmi has any answers.
Yeah.
And he's trying to fix in his brain what's going on. And of course, you know me, and I love camera shots and lighting and all that stuff.
Yes.
The 2-shot of them with the window in the background and kind of that blue hint.
I noticed too, which I didn't notice before. You have that. Well, it perfectly lines up with the window that goes outside.
Oh, yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Perfectly
I
lines
never
up.
noticed that, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, ooh, look at all these like cool details.
I thought the very adorable scene with Carmi and Sydney, where once again math is super hard when you don't need apples or fennel. And I love how the bear was like, we don't need apples. We don't need apples. We don't use apples. And she's like, no. It's an example of so what about fennel? She goes, it can be fennel. Like she was just like,
it doesn't matter what it is. Do you understand? We don't have as much as we need.
Yeah.
That was cute.
And usually he would put up a huge fight and blow up and explode. And he was like, all right, fine. Yeah, do what you need to do.
And she's so shocked.
And she was just like, well, that was kind of easy. And I love how she said it. She was kind of like down low and, oh, that was kind of easy. Like that was made me laugh. But yes, once again, math is hard. I love all the window guys. I like that they keep cutting to the window and those guys. And how'd you get into the country club? Well, I had to play with one of the schmucks there. Like just that whole Chicago. We're living in this world of like fancy restaurant, and I love that they don't forget that it's in Chicago.
Right.
Like I love how the show puts authentic Chicago. They keep putting it in the show to remind you that like, yes, as fancy as Carmi is, we're still eating beef sandwiches out of a window. And they're probably the best beef sandwiches ever.
I know. I was thinking that too when I was watching. I was like, ooh, I bet those are tasty.
Yeah. I just was sad. No Chucky. Where's Chucky? What happened to Chucky? Is Chucky okay?
Well, Chucky's a robot, and we have to focus on the people.
No. I want to. I at least need a Chucky drive-by. I do love me some. I love Chucky very much.
Every episode. There
should be like a wide shot of the restaurant, and then Chucky goes by. That's all I want. Just let me know Chucky's okay.
He's like the Wally of the group.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to make sure Chucky's okay.
Chucky. Do we want to get to some surprise moments or scene shout-outs?
Would you like me to go, or do you want to go with surprise moment, scene shout-out?
I'll go.
Go.
I loved the interaction between Carmi and Ibrahim.
Okay.
Which, you were saying he's the star of this episode. But just the fact that I think we also felt that in the last season where everybody kind of went off while they were rebuilding the bear. And even though he went to culinary school, he stopped. And, it was just so heartbreaking when he was like, no one came looking for me. Yeah. And I thought that I didn't bring any opportunity. And Carmen was just like, you bring lots of opportunity. And I was just like, my heart hurt. But then I was screaming at the screen, Ibrahim's the only one keeping this stuff open right now,
guys. He's the only one making you guys any money.
With his window. Like, this was his idea, and he's the only one that's keeping everything afloat. And I was screaming.
And Chucky. And Chucky.
And Chucky.
Chucky and Abraham. Chucky.
I was screaming at the screen, like, tell him that. But I guess you don't want, like, your employees to, like, worry about whatever. But they all know. They all know that they're struggling.
Well, I mean, he could say something like, the window's killing it. You guys are great. I don't have to. I love that I don't have to worry. Like, there's a speech in there.
Yeah.
Without making it. Because Abraham's smart. Like, he's in the restaurant. He hears things. He knows the bear is in trouble. At least the fancy bear is in trouble. But to have a little thing like, hey, the window's the only thing really, like, working around here. So thank you for being a part of what works. Like,
gosh.
That's
his
easily done.
His and Cena's. John Cena's in this now.
Yes, he is.
His scenes and
He's haunting us.
And Tina's scenes, every time they're on screen, I just want to cry.
Yep.
Because they're just so sweet and so genuine. And so they just want to contribute. And it just, it hurts my little heart.
Well, and there's such big personalities in this kitchen between Richie and Carmi and Unk and Computer. Like, those are all huge, monstrous, and even Sydney gets fired up. Like, she gets a little mousy once in a while, but Sydney gets fired up too. Like, she gets into the fight. And so, those characters kind of feel like they probably can't really get too loud and obnoxious because they're too loud in it, because they would just maybe they feel like they would get shouted down. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had that one, and then also just I loved it when they told Tina to take a break from her trying to get it under 3 minutes. Yeah. And Carmi was like, don't even worry about it. I can't even make that dish in under 3 minutes. And then during service, Sydney jumps in and she does it just over 2. And Carmi kind of looks at her like, oh my gosh.
He goes, oh crap. Like he just, yeah,
Mhm.
that's seeing, I didn't totally see that coming. And that got me a little bit. That gutted me a little bit where I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, because they've been, not that they've been in sync, but there's always been like a mutual level of respect between the two, and not a competitive respect. And that look right there was like, oh, this is a competitive thing now.
Yes.
Please don't elaborate on this stuff in the show. I really don't want it.
Well, and I also saw it too. Like, I think Tina's a little bit of trouble. Like, I think I'm concerned that Carmi's like, oh boy, can she hack it? We're going to have to replace her. Like, that's how I saw it. So competitive, yes, but I also saw it as like, is Tina in trouble now? Like, are they going to sit Tina?
I didn't feel like that. I felt like she jumped right in and she helped with the desserts.
Well, at least on the line, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they're going to repurpose her and realize that she can jump from station to station and is more of like keeping everyone together.
Right.
Kind of a thing and on track. I don't know.
I hope so too. I like that. I like yours a little softer than mine. I took it straight up as like Tina's in definite trouble. Like that's how I took it. Because Carmi was just like, oh crap, I want to have this conversation with Tina. Like that's how I took it. But let's hope maybe she's going to find her place. She'll be a floater, or she'll help desserts. Because they definitely made a point to say that desserts is definitely in the weeds all by himself. So maybe she slides over there with him, and then they get someone who can work the line a little harder.
Or maybe Forks Girl trains Tina to be the new expediter.
That's possible.
No, is that a stretch?
Expediter neat. I don't know. I mean, maybe a little for me for right
She's
now.
Loud.
She is loud. Maybe she likes to organize. She does like to organize. She does organize that house of hers.
She cares.
And she cares.
And she calls everyone Jeff.
That's
should
true.
love her.
I know, right? Jeffs are amazing. My question is the Ever team there forever? Like, is that their job? Does Jessica want to replace herself? Or does she have days off? That's my question to that. Like, was the Ever team brought in just to save the restaurant and they're going to leave?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we still have the other chef's restaurant that's lingering out in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And so is he going to come for the Ever team? Like, is he going to come for them the way he's coming for Sydney? Chef, I forget his name, but anyways, you know what chef I'm talking about.
Yes.
So like, I see that in the future. So but right now we just got to get the bear flowing.
So many possibilities.
So many questions.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, what were yours?
I have two. First off, I love the conversation about the wine. One, because I have never been a wine person. I drink it. I like it, but I've never been someone to swirl it and sniff it. And to this day, I still could not tell you what earthy means to save my life. Everyone loves to say that. So that's my go-to word. If you're ever drinking wine with me and I go, oh, this smells very earthy. I have no idea what that smells like, but I at least sound like I know what I'm doing. Earthy, and there's usually some kind of fruit in there, like a plum,
cherry,
or a cherry, or a plum. I go earthy, plum, cherry, and then if it's white, it's usually crisp and a little dry, maybe, or it's a little wet. There you go. There's my whole wine thing. I just gave it all to you.
I mean, you're probably not that far off.
No, that's the thing about wine. Makes me laugh. The wine people. And then my other one was I loved the scene where Carmi and Sugar are talking. One, I loved how it was shot because it was her close and then him through the window into the back room, or probably the dry goods. A lot of restaurants have dry good rooms with the kind of door.
Yeah.
And I hit me a little bit because that scene is so true. I understand that feeling when you're so excited for something and you have a spark. And I don't know, and not everyone gets the chance to even do that. So yeah. I understand also understand that when you're good at something and you have the spark and it doesn't spark you anymore, it is okay to get out of the way. So I feel like Sugar was the only one that could tell him that, but
yes.
She was giving him permission to do something else. And sometimes in life we got to do that. You know, it's like sometimes if it's not fulfilling you, it's not fighting for you. I just loved that whole scene because
that was one of my quotes too. Was the Sugar thing is that, you know, if
we can go right into that. Go into your quotes.
Yeah. So My quote, but I agree with you on that scene. It was just very sweet and a very brother-sister conversation.
Yeah. So, that the bear, just gut punch. I think every
episode.
I think every episode that we have, it's going to be gut punch number 1, gut punch number 2.
Maybe we should just start doing that.
Yeah. What's your gut punch of the week, Amy?
What's your gut punch? So I have a couple of favorite quotes, but the first one I wrote was, "It's okay if you don't love it anymore. What matters is that you were capable of that love."
Yes.
Sugar to Carmi.
100%.
And it's just super sweet. And then the other one was, today is tomorrow, cousin. And that's from cousin to Carmi.
Right.
Because the actions that you take today are affecting tomorrow. And so I just, in that scene of silence, and then he says, like, today is tomorrow. Yeah, I just really loved that.
Yeah. You took it deep.
Yep.
I thought it was just after midnight.
Super philosophical.
Yeah.
So.
I thought it just meant it was past midnight, but I like yours much better than mine.
No, I think it's a deeper meaning. Yeah.
I loved it. I like yours way better than mine, so I'm going with yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were some of yours?
I have 3.
You always have funny ones. Give me a funny one, Jeff.
Yeah. Oh, well, of course, it involves Richie. 100% always involves Richie.
Yeah.
My first one, though, doesn't. It involves Sugar.
Oh.
And when Sugar turns to her husband and goes, "Is she hot? Don't answer that." And then, "Hi, Natalie. Hi, Natalie." Just that whole, I don't care how old you get, you're still in junior high.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to be in junior high, no matter how old you get. No matter, not all the time, not every day, but yeah, you will be in junior high.
Very careful how you answer.
Yeah, very
like,
careful how you answer. What? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. That whole sequence, because you just know he's just like, new baby. She's tired. The restaurant's having trouble. He's just. We need a whole episode of him just pretending to not get yelled at. We need a whole. I need to see his prep work every morning before she wakes up. I want to see like what he's doing to keep her from yelling at him. And then I'd like to see the walks he goes on. That's what I want to see. The ones where he's like, "I'll be right back. I got it," and it's just him on the stoop of their apartment, just sitting there going,
taking a break.
Oh my god,
this is a lot.
Yeah. I've had a lot of friends have babies, and that first like month or 2 is just chaos. It is 24/7 chaos. So I'm feeling for him. I forget, what is his name again? Pete. Root, hashtag root for Pete. Hang in there, Pete. Hashtag hang in there, Pete.
That was a good one.
Yep. And then my other scene that I loved, another quote I loved, is when everyone's in the back room trying to figure out the reviewers, the critics.
Yes.
And the one guy goes, "Yeah, we need to beat his fucking head in or something." And Richie's just like, "Thank you, gentlemen. I will let you know." And I just love whatever happens. Richie's always just like, "Gentlemen." Like he's switched over now. Where like he'd be the one yelling, "I'm going to beat the guy's head in." And now he's just like, "Gentlemen, thank you. I will let you know." And all the guys from the window are ready to just, fisticuffs. Let's do this. So predictions. Do you want me to do predictions?
Predictions. Yep. Do it.
Predictions. For next week. Here, let me look at the breakdown real fast.
I feel like I'm doing overall predictions.
Yeah, we can do next week or overall. It doesn't matter.
Whatever you think.
I don't want Tina fired, but that conversation's going to be hard. So we're going to go hard conversation with Tina, because I think he's trying to. I think he's like, she's not getting any better. It's like It's like 10 seconds, 3 seconds, 8 seconds.
She is getting better, Jeff.
I know. We all love Tina, but oh boy, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of red tags on that board. A lot of red tags. And I'm not sure her station. I think her station's pasta, so she's not the meat station. I think she's the pasta station. But I'm hoping that works out good. So my Tina. I would like Sydney to return to the restaurant, even for just a hello, like a welcome. I think that's how. I think at this point she can bring the baby to the restaurant. Just have the baby pump the restaurant up. That's what I want. I want that to happen.
Oh, Sugar.
Sugar. I mean, Sugar.
I was like, what did I miss?
Yeah. Sorry, my apologies. Not Sydney. Sugar. I hope Sugar goes on a field trip. Pete gets her out of the house.
Yeah.
They just do a little flyby in the afternoon, and everyone can meet the baby. Meet the baby.
That's cute.
And Carmi can meet the baby. And then, because Carmi lives at the restaurant. So I think she needs to bring the baby to him. And let's see, what else? Anything else? There's so much. I don't know what Sydney's going to do. I'm just excited. I don't know. Like, it was they set us up so hard this week. I'm excited. So what about you? What predictions would you like to throw down?
Well, I got worried about him changing his mind when him and Sugar were having that conversation, but I also understood, like, Carmi changing his mind about having this restaurant. But I'm still maintaining my long-term prediction, which is he's gonna shift his mindset over to, because he's doing all of this self, thoughts and trying to figure it all out. I think he's gonna get back to where him and Mikey originally wanted, just to make people happy, and it's gonna come naturally, and things are gonna start falling into place, and then I think Clear Bear's gonna come back.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can put Claire Bear on my just 100%. She better come back, or I'll just be so mad at this show.
Well, they're setting it up. I mean, he's doing all this self-reflecting, and we saw that text message to Mikey saying you were right about Claire. So I think maybe she'll pop up in not next, but maybe the episode after.
I agree. And then I had one more in my head. It just fell out. I agree with you on the menu. Like, the menu will... I could see him maybe, like, trying to make 2 or 3, like, they calm the menu down, because everyone keeps telling him the menu's too much. They calm Sydney will come in and help calm the menu down. Yep. There'll be specials, like, there'll be, like, not specials, but they have the thing where it's like they will have, what did Richie call them in Forex, like amuse bushes, or in addition to, they won't be specials, but they'll start making like 3 things that they do great.
Yes.
And then once in a while, when they get special ingredients, they'll do like every restaurant in the world does. Like, it's summer, so we're doing a summer squash, or it's salmon season or crab season, and we get crab now. Like, I agree with you. I think they're going to calm the menu down.
You're totally right, though, because they're being forced into calming the menu down because they can't afford it. So maybe all of this happening and not having the budget to make it overcomplicated will simplify everything.
Yeah, it'll squeeze the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then once in a while, they'll get a special. So, yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think we did it again.
We did it.
We did it again.
It is so hard to turn it off after 30 minutes.
Right? Oh, I told you on the text yesterday, but I'll tell everybody else. I was in my apartment. I like to wear my headphones when I watch the Bear so I can hear it all.
Yeah.
And because I live on a busy street. And I got up during the credits of episode 2 to go to the kitchen real quick and grab something to drink. And I heard Hulu kick it to the next episode. And I literally ran across the apartment just yelling, "No!" hitting all the buttons I could on the thing. I was like, stop. Okay. And then I kicked on Hulu today to kind of do some quick notes from episode 2. And it was like, watch episode 3 right now. And I'm like, no. I would love to, but I'm not going to.
I told you we're not doing that, Hulu.
Listen, Hulu. Listen, Apple TV. Not a sponsor yet. Listen, Apple TV. Not happening yet. But it will be happening in about 10 minutes.
Every time I turn it off, I start cussing.
Have you talked to Mike into this whole delayed Bear thing?
Mm-hmm.
How is he taking it?
He laughs every time I turn it off because I say the F word really loud, and then I turn off the TV, and he just giggles and laughs at me, and he's like, okay, he's totally on board with it.
Yeah. All right. Good. I'll be honest. I had a friend text me yesterday. He's like, I'm all done, and I was just like, I'm not. Leave me alone. And I'm kind of glad. Like it's stretching it out. It's like a nice meal.
Yeah.
Because if not, I would have been way done by now.
Mm.
So,
all right.
That's okay.
Well,
episode 3 coming up.
Episode 3 coming up.
All right. It's like, subscribe, leave notes, episodes. Just do that. Thank you for being here. Like and subscribe.
Do all the things.
Do all the things. Hope you're listening. Glad you're listening. Share with your friends. Find us on TikTok. Amy, take us away.
Thank you for rewinding with us. Toodaloo.